Welcome, welcome, welcome. I am your host, the Guy HG, and welcome to Ears to the Streets, where fact and entertainment meet. And today, I know y'all wondering, like, who is this? Who is this? Well, allow me to put y'all up on game right now. You know what I'm saying? Right here, we have none other than Queen Scholar. There you go. Hey, they going crazy. They going crazy at home right now. I'll tell you. How you doing, Queen?
I'm doing well. I just want to thank you for just providing this platform for me. Thank you for having me. Thank you for even extending the invite. So I'm doing very well. I'm grateful.
That's what's up. That's what's up. See, she's already coming off with the humble. You know what I'm saying? That's what we love on Ears to the Streets. People who, you know what I'm saying, express gratitude. And I'm always have an open heart. And my platform is open to people who are as creative as her and just keeping it 100. You know what I'm saying? So let's get into the interview.
Let's go. I'm ready.
All right. So first thing I was wondering was this. Tell me how you came up with the name Queen Scholar.
Well, originally I was Ratchet Scholar, and I found out this a few days ago that like you start to see that everything pieces together eventually over time. But let me go back. Let me not go all over the place. But
Okay.
Ratchet Scholar was developed when I saw my potential to really get good grades in school. Like sometimes I didn't want to put the effort in, and when I didn't put the effort in, I got really effed up grades. And once I started, how that started impacting me, my pockets, and how I just felt after getting those grades, I honed in and I started getting them A's and B's, and and my ability to just be able to speak to a college professor and then someone from my block, and just understanding the reality of coming from urban New York and then being able to go to these high scale places and hold conversations with people from all over the place. So that's where the name Ratchet Scholar came from, and then I elevated to Queen. So one day I was walking down the block, and one of my friends, he was like, "Why don't you call yourself Queen Scholar? You're a queen." And I was like, "No, man." And then eventually over time, I was like, "Yeah, I am Queen Scholar." So
Okay. So it kind of like an evolution then. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Yes. You evolved into the Queen.
Yeah, but Ratchet Scholar is always a part of me. Like
no doubt.
There's certain things that certain beats that bring the Ratchet Scholar out of me. Like, oh yeah, I like ratchet on this beat.
Right. Yeah. And that's a good point you made. Like, I like to use the word evolve. Some people might say change, but I don't think you can't change for the better. So I don't want to say people don't change, but I think I look at it more as an evolution. So it is change in the basic form, but you kind of always are who you are, in my opinion, at least. But you just grow. Some people grow negatively, some people grow positively. Mm-hmm. So that's dope that you evolved into the Queen, but we know you'll still get ratchet. You'll still get Bronx on us. You know what I'm saying? You still get Bronx on us. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So tell me about growing up in the Bronx. Like, how was it? How was it the childhood? When I sometimes I like to go into people's upbringing a little bit, just because like this platform is mainly about inspiring, but also informing people that may not have the information that we have.
Right.
So I don't like to dig crazy deep into people's personal business, but I do kind of want to hit the surface. Is just how was your upbringing, just to give the people something to identify with.
Growing up in the Bronx was bittersweet because you have mainly most of your family members there, but over time people move away and it starts to feel lonely. But ultimately, growing up in the Bronx was a hell of an experience. I felt like my mom did shelter me a lot, but she couldn't shelter me from everything. Okay. So growing up in the Bronx was definitely an adventure.
Okay, that's a good way to put it.
It was an adventure. I don't want to give the Bronx a bad name as much as people already try to give it a bad name, but the Bronx is not for the weak.
There you go.
I remember I rode my first bike in the Bronx. met my first and only grandmother in the Bronx. Like, you know,
Right.
my dad, both of my parents' names on Instagram. My mom's name is Tony from the Bronx. My dad's name is Maul from the Bronx. We really love the Bronx.
Yeah. Okay.
So, growing up in the Bronx had its challenges. Like, I definitely say as far as like the violence, lack of resources for just youth to express themselves creatively. Yeah, we had recreation centers, but they weren't best quality, and we just had to take advantage of what we had and work with what we had. So.
Okay, that's what's up. Yeah. You know, me being from Chicago, I can definitely relate to the ills of the city you grow up in, but it still is a lot of beautiful things in it. And as anybody, but especially youth, we have to concentrate our focus on the good things. Like, you know, be careful of the bad things. Stay focused on the good things, because that positive attitude and staying focused on those positive things that are in the neighborhood, whether it be just the lady across the street that say hello every morning, you know, like anything that's positive, anything that breeds humanity. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
yeah, definitely focus on those things. So you brought up something with not having a lot of youth programs, and you work with kids, right?
Yes.
Okay, so tell us a little bit about that. You say you're an educator. You say you've been working with kids for 8 years. Please expound on that.
Honestly, growing up, my mom, she used to put me in like a lot of camps. Like I went to sleepaway camp, YMCA. I used to go to summer camp over my little summer breaks. But when I always came back, it was just like I was just like, where's the pizzazz? You know?
Right.
And once I started working with kids, I wanted to be able to provide that experience for them, because I had very good after school teachers, even though they probably weren't like the best examples, but they still cared about me. You could tell they cared, and I always wanted to bring that care around, you know, just youth, just children. So yeah.
So what I want to ask you this question. I'm getting a little rocky with you now. So how do you approach what some would say is a troubled kid? Trouble might not be the right word to use, but a youth that's maybe got a lot of things going on at home that you may not know about, maybe act out, maybe a little smart with his mouth. How do you approach that situation? Because we're going to have, coming from where we come from and kind of being in the type of system that we live in, you're just going to have this. So how do you approach those type of situations when it comes to you?
Like, first of all,
Right.
One, I just try to ask them, like, how you feeling? Like, you ate today? Some kids don't have food at home. Some kids don't have a home to go to. So I just ask them, like, I try not to take it personally if they're acting out, or if they're displaying, you know, behaviors that are just like that make me uncomfortable. I have to step outside myself and just ask them, like, how you doing today? Like, is everything all right at home? Sometimes they may not want to disclose that. I can try to also redirect the conversation to something that they like to do. Like, what do you do in your free time? Or like like it's never actually the real issue. Like, if the teacher tell you to sit down, the kid is like, man, you, and you just like, and the teacher's like, oh my God, it's never actually really fuck you. It's just
right.
It's just, you know, man, I'm hungry. I ain't sleep last night.
You know, that's real dope. You know what you do what you do with children, what you do for children.
Yes.
That's what it's all about in my eyes. You know, the youth definitely need older.
They need that encouragement. Like,
yeah.
When I probably like last year, 2020 or 2019, I started working at my old middle school.
Okay.
And I seen this young girl. She was, I don't want to judge or anything, but she did look like kind of like a little awkward, like, you know, like she was really shy, and she made jewelry. So one day we having like a Black History show. So I was like, you should be a vendor at the Black History show. And she was like, what? And I was like, yeah, girl. Like, I had even bought some bracelets for her, but she came, she set up her little shop, had a little sign, and she made bank that day. Okay. And I felt like I really made a difference by just putting that idea to her, just encouraging her to like, yo, like, still put yourself out there. So they need that. I wish I had somebody around like that.
Yeah, and that's definitely a commendable thing. That's definitely the outlook or the perspective people should look at, or do as, be someone out here encouraging people, be someone out here that's uplifting people, be someone out here that's patting people on the back. That's what it's about. We have to bring our, in my opinion at least, we have to bring our youth up better than what we were brought up. And people in our lives, some did great, some didn't do so well. But as someone that's older, it's definitely a responsibility. It's a responsibility that you pour as much positivity and encouragement and enlightenment into our youth as possible. It ain't all about us. You know what I'm saying? We got to be selfless sometimes.
It's not about us, but I also feel like the more we elevate our minds, the more we're able to elevate the people around us.
Exactly.
If we're not going into ourselves, then how are we of service to anybody else?
Dope. Definitely. And that's most definitely true.